All right, here we go. Big Brother Canada, episode 3. It was an interesting episode. Of course, last week, Herman, he won HOH, put up 2 people. It was Jess and it was Jess, Melina. And then I think Jess got herself taken off by winning the veto, and then he put up Steve. And then Melina went home because she is terrible at the game. Very disappointed, but excited that she was gone. Herman made some good moves. He started an alliance called the Savage 7. Good. It's always good to see. I'm always disappointed with these people that think they're playing the game well, but what they don't do is start alliances when they're in positions of power. That's what you should do. You should gain some kind of power, gain some kind of control, win something, and then use that as leverage to start an alliance, because then people think you're capable and you can be helpful to them. It is the best move to make. All right, now we come in to this week. And the first HOH competition was they had to stand on, hold on. Let me show a little snippet of the competition. No. Yes, they had to stand on surfboards and balance a ball, a tiny ball with that's painted like a watermelon. All right, here we go. All right, give you a little snapshot of what that looks like right now. You can see that. Standing on the surfboard, or they're standing on this part right here, and the ball is going to be rolling right here. There's some glass here, but there's no glass on the ends. So if the ball is overshot by a little bit, then they're out. All right. And of course, tennis competition came down to, what's her name? Stephanie, the blonde girl, and Marty. I believe he has a strange sounding voice, and now I know why that is, because he's French and he speaks French primarily, but when he speaks English, it just sounds kind of awkward. It was between him, it was between Marty, Stephanie, and Gino was there for a bit, but he unfortunately lost. And then eventually Marty won. At first when he was playing, he was trying to get into people's heads. He was like, I want to see my family, you know, the classic that people do when they want to win. And I believe there were a bunch of other people that kind of bowed out of the competition because they didn't have to win. I think they were part of that Savage 7 alliance, and they didn't really have to win. So they just bowed out of the competition, which is stupid. I don't understand why people do that. You have a huge alliance. It's best for you to win. If none of your other alliance members are going to win, then it's best for you to win. And Marty is not part of the Savage 7 alliance, and he ended up winning. Right. Move on. Yeah, there Marty goes. It came down to him and Steph. See if I can. Yeah, he was really excited to win because he didn't trust Steph, and he made a deal with her that regardless of who wins, they're not going to put up the other one. All right, give a little Yeah, you can see Stephanie, Marty. All right, the final two. And of course, Marty wins. Marty wins in the end. All right, go. So he made that deal with her. He wins. He's very excited to see his family. Celebrating. Everyone is celebrating. And it comes to that part where, you know, you got to be fake. Everyone has to be fake and be excited to see the HOH family or whatever. And if you're not excited, then that could possibly get you thrown up on the block. Just always funny to see. You announce the HOH room. They walk in there to see the room. And they get, I believe he got a new outfit for some reason. I don't know, was that part of the winning the HOH? He just gets a new outfit. And his outfit just made him look like a college professor. But he was excited to have it. He read his letter from his wife, I think. He cried. There. You see a snippet of him crying. See, there he is, all teared up. Someone is passing him with some tissue. His face is all red, redder than usual. Oh God! Like you've only been away from your family for like a week, and you're crying. People are weird, man. Yeah, grown man just tearing up. All right, tried for a bit. Okay, talk to Steph. She's trying to confirm whether or not he's going to keep the deal. And he was kind of rubbing his head. He was kind of indecisive about it, but eventually he kept the deal. But he really wants to put her up because he doesn't trust her. So he wanted to target someone close to her instead. And then we get to this, which is ridiculous. The single mom, I can't remember her name. But she, let me show you a picture of her. See what I'm talking about. That girl, that woman right there. She wanted, for some reason, the game wasn't exciting enough, so she wanted to start a showmance between Stephanie and Gino, because Stephanie has a crush on Gino. Of course, Stephanie does, because Stephanie's perpetually dating people online. She's constantly taking thoughty pictures of herself, so which makes sense. And it's mainly a competition between her liking Gino and hold on, and Gino liking this girl, JC Lynn, I believe her name is. She was the other thotty chick. But the problem with that being that JC Lynn, I believe she likes bad boys. And Gino is a nice guy, which she said she finds refreshing, but you can tell from the way they talk to each other, she doesn't find that arousing. So she's not really into him like that, but she's entertaining it. But the other girl, Stephanie, the blonde girl, she has a crush on him and she's full on hitting on him. He's not into it. He says he doesn't want to be in a showmance because it might mess up his game. But the way he's moving shows that he's definitely into that JC Lynn girl, and he's probably going to try to get in a showmance with her, which is incredibly stupid to say, I don't want to do this while doing it. So stupid. Anyway, so they did that. They did a little chick drama starting nonsense where they're trying to hook people up. They're all excited about it. And then there's Steve. Steve didn't trust Marty. So he tried to make friends with him, I guess, so he doesn't get put up on the block again, which Steve is just terrible at this game. He's yet to form an alliance with anybody. He has very little relationship with anyone, but he's talking about making big moves and him being an evil genius and all this. Oh, God, he's so terrible. It's just absolute trash at the game. And yes, everyone wants Jess out of the game. Well, not everyone, mainly just the alliance, but it seems like everyone to Marty. Give a little share. That's Jess right there. That is a pronoun combatant. Goes by they, them. All right. So Jess obviously goes up to Marty, talking a big game, saying you got to make big moves. You got to make this move and this move. And Marty, of course, he bought into it. He was like, well, Jess is not really after me. Why would I go after Jess when everyone else wants Jess out and Jess is not after me, which is smart. I commend Marty for that. Not going with the house. I hate when people go with the house when they have very little people on their side. They always just go with the house and they're getting rid of people that could help them in the future. And Jess is one of those people that's a target and not going after him. It's a smart move by Marty. Marty's becoming one of my favorites. I commend him for that move. Big moves, Marty. Good job. Oh, God. And then, I don't know, just a lot of talking between people that they feel so safe in their alliance that they're just casually having nonsense conversations about other things that don't even matter. That has nothing to do with the game. And I guarantee they're going to be surprised that they lose, because they're definitely going to lose because they're not paying attention to what's going on. There's Stephanie trying to flirt with Gino. So Gino. There's Gino right there. Gino is also part of that Savage 7 alliance, which surprised me. I thought Gino wasn't making any moves, but it's part of an alliance. Good job, Gino. Terrible move with the showman's thing, but can't win them all. Ultimately, still disappointed in him. Stephanie's still trying to flirt with him. He's not buying into it, but then JC Lynn, he's all about that. He's all into it. Flirting with her, talking about their lives and relationships and all that stuff. And she's just singing the praises of how vulnerable he is. He's definitely not into it. It's Marty. I think he's making his decision on who he's gonna put up. Okay. Oh, he chose someone to have a meal with. For like, I guess the HOH get to choose someone to get a meal with. I don't remember this part. I think I block it out because it was him and he chose the single mom to have a meal with. And they didn't really talk that much game. I mean, I guess he tried to see where her head was at, but she's terrible at the game. She's too focused on trying to match make and cause drama for no reason. And there we go. And Jay, our other pronoun combatant, I'll give you a view of Jay. That's Jay right there. All right. Jay sensed that something was wrong, and he went to go confront Marty and find out, if they can work together, what his plans are. And Marty eventually revealed that he's considered putting him up on the block. Which, yeah, Jay didn't take that well, but he was very calm from the first finding out, give him a little hug. They're all friends and all that. And here's Gino talking to single mom. And of course, she pulls all the secrets out of him. He basically tells her that he knows that Stephanie has a crush on him, but he's more interested in JC Lynn, but he doesn't really want to get into a showmatch. It's stupid, just revealing all of your secrets. Then Marty goes up to him and Moose and lets them know who he's going to be putting on the block. And Gino, of course, the two people, let me show you a snapshot of that first before we get into the story. There we go. That's Moose over here with the crazy hair, Marty with the bald head, and Gino over there on the side. And the two people he's going to be putting up are JC Lynn and Jay. And guess what Gino does? You guessed it. He goes and tells JC Lynn that she's going to be on the block. For what reason? Because he likes her. Stupid game move, but lucky for him, it didn't backfire. She didn't rat him out. And surprisingly, he told her he was going to put in a good word for her and try to change Marty's mind, but he actually didn't. Good play. I'm warming up to him a little bit because he made that move, but he made that dumb move in the first place by getting hooked on this chick and letting her know what's going on. Just ridiculous. She can't help him in the game in any way. Why would he do that? All right. So he tells her that he tried to help, but Marty didn't really go for it, which he didn't. He didn't really actually try to help. He just he didn't feel like rocking the boat with Marty because he has a good relationship with him. And the reason they have a good relationship is because he speaks French. And Marty is more comfortable speaking French, and he's the only person that he can really speak French with like that. So they have a good relationship. And he lies to her and says, I've tried. He's not going for it. Smart move. But she decided to take it in her own hands. She goes up there, talks to Marty, and Marty was like, well, it's like this. We never really talked game. I've tried to talk to you. You never really talked game. And she was like, well, does anybody else speak game with you? Well, it's like, well, some people do, just like, and those are the ones I'm not putting up. And she was like, okay, but you know, I wasn't really going after you. We can you know, we can definitely work together. And he's like, well, I wish we had this conversation before. Which is reasonable. He's very calm. He's explaining himself. And then she starts crying. She starts trying to guilt him. And she's like, well, I don't think it's a smart idea for you to be trying to put up people that could work with you. And you're just I'm just so sad because you're just going to get rid of one of your numbers by doing this. And I was like, one of his numbers? You never talk game with the guy. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know. She's terrible at this game. I don't even know why she's still there. And then Jay obviously going to talk to him to find out if he's the main target. And of course, as he confronts Marty, Marty's like, yeah, Marty's like, I'm gonna look in the camera right now. And he's like, this is why I came here. I came here to play the game, and I'm gonna go after you. I'm like, damn, Marty got some gumption in him. He got some balls, you know. Appreciate it. Marty went straight at it. He didn't beat around the bush. He's like, I'm coming after you. If you take yourself off the block and then you win at HOH and you came after me, fair game. Marty would just game at it real hard, and he was like, this is what's happening. It's whatever. I'm not worried about it. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm here to play the game. And freaking Jay was like getting all emotional, and it's like threatening him. And he was like, we could have been good friends. We could have really worked together. And then he was like, I'm gonna make your game. No, he's like, afterwards he was talking to the camera. He's like, I'm going to make his game a living hell because I love drama. I'm like, okay. I don't know how that's going to help you in the game. He's already putting you on the block. And starting drama is not going to help you not get voted out. Just stupid. So, and that's it. He put up JC Lynn and Jay. Man, stick to his word. Oh, hold on. We gotta see. Oh my God. Some of the other people in the house, they're just like invisible. Like the whole week, they haven't talked any game. They haven't done anything. You got to see this though. This is how Jay chose to dress as he got put on the block. That's his pants coming all the way up there to his belly button, covering his belly button, alien stickers on his nipples, the makeup, and some kind of blouse. Yep. And that's that. That is the end of episode 3.